Are we about to see an epic end of year rally in the stock market? Well guys, let me tell you this. If those key levels, the ones that we're going to discuss in today's video, are broken, then yes, we are going to see an epic end of year rally. Guys, the month of September is now officially over, and it's been one of the worst months of this year and of the years in general in terms of September. Fear is coming out, guys. We've been to extreme fear and now we are back into fear. The stock market is taking a step back. However, guys, there's a lot of bullish signs still out there in the stock market that we have to be aware of. Our head and shoulders, guys, here on the S&P 500 is still playing out as we've discussed previously. However, there's some bullish signs that now are starting to appear in the on the horizon here, and guys, we are getting close to being extremely oversold as well, so a bounce here wouldn't be surprising. But however, how much of a bounce, this is what I'm going to discuss in today's video, guys. And before I start, guys, if you do enjoy today's video, make sure you give it a like. It does help us a lot, guys. And if you are new to our channel, please consider subscribing. We do bring out the latest stock market analysis outlook every single Monday morning, guys, and we've been spot on over the last couple of weeks in general. It just smashed it with the analysis that we've provided you with, guys, so please consider subscribing. Now let's start off by looking at the S&P 500, and here, guys, we are at a critical level here. We've discussed this in last week and we've managed to achieve our target, guys. Where is the S&P 500 stopped at? Well, if we look at the weekly time frame here, guys, we discussed it last week. We said that we finally lost our 20-week EMA, and the next target was the 50-week EMA here. It's exactly what we got last week, guys, and guess what? We got a perfect bounce out of it last week. Now, guys, we stopped at a crucial level. Now please make a note of the upper and the lower expected move for the month of October, and also for the week as well, for the week ahead. Now, guys, we've stopped at a critical level here, which is very important. Now the price is stuck between the 20-week and the 50-week EMA. However, guys, one thing that did happen here, we did have a break of structure here. We had a break of structure with a big momentum here, which suggests to us that we may see a bounce back into this area here and then a nice sell-off. However, guys, if we look at the daily time frame here for a second, where do we stop at? Well, we've cleared that liquidity, guys, perfectly, and we stopped into our area, our area of support here, which has played out nicely, and we got a perfect bounce out of it as well. We've managed to clear that liquidity. Now, guys, for now, what we are looking at, okay, as long as we are able to hold this area of support, the 200-day EMA, we are going to see a bounce. Now, I don't want to see, guys, I don't want to see a close above that level there. We can go clear the liquidity above, but I wouldn't want to see a close above it, okay? Because if we do see a close above it, then we are back to being bullish again, and we may look for that area to be taken out. We can wick above, take that liquidity, but I don't want to see a close on the daily above that, above this area here, guys. Very important. Now, if we look at the hourly time frame here, guys, where are we as it stands? Well, guys, we've opened up with a gap, and we are right at this gap here, testing this gap as support. As long as this gap we can either go fill the gap but close within this area here, we are bullish, and we are bullish all the way up, guys, to clear some of that liquidity up there. Last week we provided this trade perfectly on our Discord community, and if you're not part of the Discord community, go and get your free access on our website, mcitradingacademy.co.uk. And guys, for you that did catch this move, so we talked about this zone of support here. which was going to act as support, and we are aiming for the liquidity up there, and that has played out perfectly, guys. If you do, for those of you that are on Discord, and if you did catch that move and you want to see more of those, then please consider please give us a like on this video here, and we'll provide you with more of those setups in the this week and in the weeks to come as well. Now guys, for us to be more bullish here, okay, I'm looking for us to hold that. If we hold this as support and we are able to go above this as well, then yes, I'm looking at that liquidity there to be grabbed, okay, and that would be the first target. And guys, if we do come and clear that liquidity, they will be in perfect area here with the upper expected move. We may be able to get a short position out of that. Very important, guys. I don't want to see this breakaway gap. I don't want to see this being closed in, okay guys, this IPA. I don't want this IPA to be filled as it stands if we still want to see lower prices. If we do fill this IPA, guys, then I think we will see higher prices for sure. And guys, if we do close below this area, we may be able to take a short-term position short until here. And if we do close below that area, guys, then more downside for sure in the market here. And what do we target? We'll look at this liquidity zone here, guys. This is very, very clean, and that would be a first target for us in terms of take profit, guys. And that will bode in quite well, because if we get this week, we'll be below the lower expected move for the week, guys, and we may be able to see a short-term buy position after we take that liquidity, in case we do, guys, okay. But that means that we need to break below this daily close here, okay, on the daily, and most importantly on the 1 hour chart there. We need to break that support area that we have. Now, before we go into more technical analysis, guys, let's look at the news for the week. And we do have news, guys, more or less every day here. So on Monday, guys, we do have the ISM manufacturing, very, very important news. Okay, so make sure you pay attention to that. On Tuesday, guys, we have more data. Okay, we have the JOLTS opening, the JOLTS job openings, okay, on Tuesday. On Wednesday, guys, we do have more data. We got the ADP employment, non-farm employment change, and we also have, guys, the ISM manufacturing as well. So a week full packed of data, okay, so make sure you pay attention to that, especially if you are scalping intraday, very important. And then on Thursday we got the initial jobless claims, which is very important. And on Friday, guys, very, very important, we have the non-farm payrolls, okay. Are we going to see a negative print? Are we going to get an indication that we are heading into a recession, or are we going to get an indication that the economy is still very, very strong? That's the US economy there. Very interesting to find out there on Friday. Now, guys, let's look at Apple here. And Apple, okay, as we discussed the last couple of weeks, we said that as long as we don't fill this gap, then I can see lower prices. And that's exactly what happened, guys. Now, the target that I have for Apple is the filling of this gap here. I want to see Apple filling this gap, okay, then we are more inclined to see a rally here in Apple. We've seen quite a big move down here. However, I can see more downside here until at least we get all the way down to fill this gap, guys. And if we do fill this gap, we may see another break of structure there, and we may see a possibility of a bounce here. Remember, if Apple goes down, okay, the S&P 500 cannot, it's very unlikely that we'll see a big rally there. Okay, so very important we monitor Apple. We are getting negative divergences here, guys, okay, sorry, positive divergences here, which suggests that bounce may be coming soon, okay. However, I would like to get that gap fill first before we get a bounce. If we do get a bounce before that, guys, then I will look at this level here. If we close above that level, guys, that will be above the 20 and the 50-week EMA, 50-day EMA, then we are back. Look at those to act as support and perhaps new all-time highs there in Apple. Very important, very crucial there. Next, guys, we get UK 100, and our UK 100 is not doing very well. After we filled this, we got this liquidity, we grabbed this liquidity above there, guys. We've been struggling a lot here, and now, guys, very important, we've got our area here of resistance. As long as price is not able to close above this blue line, this area of resistance here, guys, then I can see us going all the way back down to our trend line here. So very, very important. This is a crucial level there, guys. If we do close above it, then I will look at this liquidity to be grabbed. However, it seems like the price is struggling a lot here, which may suggest that this trend line here will be a nice take profit zone here over the next coming days or weeks. Next, guys, we have the DAX here. Now the DAX, as we talked about it in last week's video, the DAX has given way now. Okay, so we've managed to 20-week EMA resistance worked out perfectly, and we are at the next area of support here, 50-week EMA, and this has acted perfectly as support. Look where we close the week, guys. This is an important level where we actually close the week. Now there's two ways to look at this. Okay, guys, if we do, the price is now stuck, okay, between the 50 and the 20-week EMA. Now if we are to look at the daily time frame, guys, we are at a crucial level. Our area of support, we had support was broken, is now acting as resistance. No matter what, if we are to see lower prices here, guys, we need to hold this area of resistance now. Support turns into resistance. As long as we can hold that, guys, then I can see us going and taking that liquidity area there, guys, 100%. So watch that very carefully, guys. If we close above this area here, guys, then yes, we may see this liquidity zone being grabbed there. Okay, so very important levels there to watch out for this week. If you go to our hourly time frame, well, guess what, look where we stopped perfectly, guys, at our resistance level. We stopped there perfectly. We had the bounce down, and now we are more or less consolidating within our support zone here. What I'm looking for, if you want to be more bullish, guys, you want to see price closing above here. Okay, take a long perhaps to here. Okay, we can maybe take a long until there, and then this will be our resistance area right there, guys. Okay, if we break that resistance area, then we have our next resistance area here, and then the liquidity area right up there. However, guys, look at this. We had this nice double bottom that played out perfectly, okay, last week. If we close below here, guys, okay, maybe this double bottom here will be a nice short-term sell opportunity there, okay, for sure. And guys, remember, look at the daily, the higher time frame, the daily time frame. How we close today on Monday will be crucial for the rest of the week. If we close above that resistance level, then we may be going higher on the daily, and if we don't, then we may have more downside pressure to come. Next, guys, we have US 30, the Dow Jones. Now the Dow Jones has played out perfectly, guys. We've given this level out here in last week's video, and check this out. This has played out perfectly to the tick, guys. Literally touched our support zone and bounced off it. Now bounced off it to where, guys? To our resistance level and to the 200-day EMA, guys. This has been a perfect opportunity there. Could have taken a nice short there, okay, a short-term sell signal, selling to the Friday close, and close your trade just before the close. Now, guys, the price is now at a crucial level here. We have resistance and we have support here. Where do we close? Well, guess what, guys, if we do close below here, if we break our support zone, the next target is this one here. Look how clean the liquidity is, guys. Okay, so this will be the next level here, okay, of liquidity, the next target for a sell. However, guys, if we close above our resistance zone here, okay, we may be able to get a retest of this trend line here. Okay, so very importantly there. Now if we are to look at the 1 hour time frame, guys, we've got our resistance, then support, then resistance, and then support again, and we are breaking this support here. If we break this area of support, guys, okay, we may be able to go and take that liquidity. That's a short-term opportunity there. Okay, we've managed to clear that liquidity, guys. Okay, and that was a nice trade last week. However, we're not seeing a lot of strength as it stands. So let's see how the market opens up on Monday. Next, guys, we have the US 100, guys, and the US 100 and NASDAQ. We're still holding, guys. This is the strongest out of all US indices. We are still holding this area of support here, guys, at the 20-week EMA. And the next, if we manage to close below it, with the next area of support will be the 50-week EMA, but we're not seeing that. And as long as we are able to hold that, guys, we're still in a bullish structure here, and perhaps Apple, turns around there, right about where the price is now, then we may be able to get a price going and clear that liquidity, guys. So very, very importantly there. In terms of the daily structure, guys, we had the perfect bounce out of our support zone. Look at the blue line there, perfectly, guys. And now we are closing back above. Now, guys, this is still in a bullish context for now. Okay, so I would be watching a number of things here. I've got a liquidity here on the daily, exactly where the 200-day EMA is as well. So this will be a perfect target for a short position. Now, if we look at the 1 hour time frame, guys, we did have our resistance, support perfectly there on Friday, guys. Okay, and we've now opened up with another gap here. As long as this gap can hold our support, guys, then the next area of resistance will be this one here. And if we break above that, guys, okay, this IPA is crucial, because if we break above that and this IPA gets filled in, then that's it. We are very bullish as it stands, guys. Okay, so a couple of things. If we break below this gap here and below our area here, okay, of support, then we are able to target that and that level on the daily that we just discussed. Very importantly there, guys. Next, we have the VIX. Now the VIX, guys, has managed to pull back up above the 15 marker, which is bullish for the VIX, bearish for the stock market, for the S&P 500. Now our next area of resistance, guys, is the 20, and this has been tested a number of times here. So if we manage to somehow break above these, guys, then that is bearish for the stock market. We may be able to get our levels, the ones that we just discussed, at that point. However, guys, we do have a gap here. If we go back here on the daily, we've actually managed to fill all the gaps to the downside, surprisingly, and we are now in a bullish context as it stands here. This looks very, very bullish for now. I would watch a break below this level, guys. Okay, if we get a break below this level, then we may be able to go back below 15 and get that rally, end of year rally in the stock market. However, a VIX that is bullish, okay, won't be positive for the stock market. Now the most important chart to watch, guys, is the dollar. And guys, look at, if we look at the weekly time frame, look at this. So we are talking about being bullish dollar right here, and we completely 100% smashed that level, guys. Okay, now where is the dollar heading to? Well, the dollar, guys, is getting a bit of a bot here. However, we can't be bearish on it yet. First of all, we are targeting that liquidity there, which is very close. We are able to get there. Okay, and we've got our area of support or resistance here that turns into support, and we also have our trend line here. To be bearish on the dollar, guys, I would be firstly watching for that target there to be for the liquidity to be grabbed, then a break of trend line, and perhaps a break of this support zone. If we get all those three, guys, we can be back bearish on the dollar and get that end of year rally in the stock market. Okay, very importantly here, guys, the dollar has been very strong, which has put a lot of pressure on the stock market. So watch that. It's going to be very, very important. Okay, this week, very important this week. Next, guys, we have gold, and we talked about this, okay, and we completely 100% smashed this. We said last week that gold wasn't looking very bullish, and as long as the dollar can get that bullish sign, then for sure gold will suffer. And guess what, guys, we broke below the trend line, we broke below our zone of support, we retested that quickly, and now we are going down to where, guys? Well, this area here of liquidity will be the next area that I'm targeting, which is very close now. Okay, the gold is also getting oversold here on the daily. Okay, so we may be able to get a bounce. So if we get our dollar story right, we may be able to get a nice bounce in gold as well. So very importantly, guys, watch those two charts over the next coming week or so. Okay, it's going to be crucial there. Lastly, guys, we have Bitcoin. Now I've got a lot of messages this morning about Bitcoin, broke above 28,000 or whatever, and that's it. This is a major headwind, and we're going higher, guys. That Bitcoin hasn't done anything. Okay, hasn't done anything since, if you go back here, since March. Okay, since we broke back above this area, hasn't done anything. It's still in a consolidation here. So again, nothing to discuss here. We need to look at our weekly chart. If we manage to break above this level here, 33,000 or so, 31,300, sorry, then and close above, get this as support, and then we are going higher. Unless that happens, guys, okay, nothing there to work with. Okay, still in a consolidation, still nothing going on there. That's pretty much it for me, guys. Thank you very much for watching. If you do enjoy our videos, as I've mentioned before, you can join our free Discord community where we will start posting a lot of setups there intraday. And if you want to find out more about the trading strategies that we use, head over to the website mcitradingacademy.co.uk, where you can find out more about the strategy that we use. Thank you very much, guys, and I hope you have a great trading week there.